Hello friends, today we are going to explore more about ISO OSI reference model and IEEE standards. Let's begin with this. So what we are having in our chapter objectives are discussion about most popular ISO OSI 7-layer communication reference model, explaining the reference model and standards relevant to network communications, and describing the different IEEE standards that apply to different types of network layers. So let's begin with the module 1, which is an overview of ISO and its 7 layers OSI model. So what ISO and OSI stands for? The ISO stands for International Standards Organization and OSI is Open Systems Interconnections. We are having OSI model background over here in the introductory part. It has been introduced in 1978 and revised in 1984, formulated the communication process into structured layers. There are several layers in the model, hence the name the 7-layer model. The model acts as a frame of reference in the design of communications and networking protocols. Let's see the different 7 layers of OSI reference model. We are having the very basic layer, the one that deals with the physical components, which is physical layers. Then comes our data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, and last one is our application layer. Let's see distinguish between these kind of layers. So the bottom 2 layers are known as lower layer, the middle one is known as the middle layer, and the last top layers are upper layers. Let's describe each one of them further. The function of a layer, what they do is each layer deals with one aspect of networking. Layer 1 deals with the communication media. Each layer communicates with the adjacent layers in both directions. For example, network layer communicates with transport layer and the data link layer, above and beneath layers of the networking layer. Each layer formulates the data packets. As we all know that information moves in the form of data packets. Example is adds or deletion addresses. So this one shows the role of layers. Let's take an example of node A. How information flows in the layers at the end of node A. So first it deals with the physical, and then across all the layers the information flows in the to and fro directions, and from the physical layer it transmits to the another layer in the form of packets. So again on the node B, again OSI model comes into the picture, and what it's having are the 7 different layers which acts as per the definition of those layers. So here we are having with the communication between layers. So application, presentation, and session, these 3 layers where data encapsulation and data stripping occurs. So in data stripping it occurs between session and presentation, and between presentation and application data encapsulation occurs afterwards. So here we are having 2 different nodes, node A and node B. At node A we are having 7 layers from physical to application, and again on node B we are having application to physical. So the physical layer, it deals with the key interaction point between 2 nodes. So from physical to physical information flows, and afterwards from physical upper layers come into the picture and plays their role accordingly, and the information which has been transmitted in the form of packets are explored and converted in the form of data which we can recognize. So this is what we call virtual communication between layers. So the pink dot line shows the virtual communication between network and applications, rather we say the between 2 different protocol suites on different nodes. So that was all about module 1, and let's explore the ISO upper layers in module 2. So in ISO upper layers as we have already seen, upper layer includes network, transport, session, presentation and application. So let's explore these layers. The main purpose of these kind of layers are user application to network service interface. For example, FTP, that is file request for server, email servicing, etc. This is all about application layer. And then comes our say application layer functioning: general network access, flow control, error recovery. And apart from that, we are having presentation layer. The purpose of this layer is formats data for exchange between points of communication. Example is between nodes in a network, and redirected software formats for transmission to the server.